My name is Bree, aka the Not So Housewife. Today I'm going to be talking about how I started my vending machine business. So, how I came up with the idea, basically it was my man's birthday. It was around January 2nd, January 3rd. I started thinking like, what can I get him? What can I get him? His birthday is on January 30th. So I had a couple weeks to figure out what I wanted to get him. So instead of getting him something that is going to end up costing money and we might not recoup any of that, like video games, wasted time, things like that. No shade to all those video gamers out there, but yeah, no. So I decided to gift him a vending machine business. I did a lot of research. Well, I don't want to say I did a whole bunch, but I did enough to know like, okay, it can be really good passive income if you go about it the right way. So I believe in being super intentional with everything. With that being said, truthfully, the way that I got this done and how I got it done in such a short time, I believe that it was because I was very intentional and I set timelines and realistic goals for myself. So the first thing that I did outside of doing research was, once I came up with the name, I had to think about what the name for the business was going to be. I went in Google and I typed it in to see if anybody had the website name. And you can also go through GoDaddy, Google Domains, any of those places, and you can go on there and see if anybody has the website that you want. Now, why I say to do this first is because of this. I purchased my domain first for any of the businesses that I have. I purchased this domain first, and that's because I like to create a company email. Now, what I did next was file the business entity. We live in Florida, so I went to Sunbiz and I searched for the name. I did not see it, so then I went ahead and I filed the business entity for Vending Pros. We're called Vending Pros LLC. So now why I created that domain first was, after I did all my filings, they asked for contact information. They asked for your email, they asked for your phone number, they asked for all of that. I did not want my personal email to be connected to any of that, and that is why I sent it to the Vending Pros business email. So then all of the corporate filings and everything that I needed would be going straight to those emails. So if you can do that step first, do that. And also, there's so many creators out here. People think of new things every day. Every day there's thousands of filings, thousands of people making new domains. If you have an idea, look it up as soon as you can and try to get that done, because purchasing a domain, I think we purchased his domain for $12.99. It could be super inexpensive depending on what you want your name to be. All right. So after I did that and I filed, I went ahead and, after they approved it and it came back, it took a few days, I went ahead and obtained a tax EIN number. Why I did that was because now with that tax EIN number, that's like a business social security number. I could then go ahead and get a Dun & Bradstreet number. That's going to be super important for business credit. You might want to look into that. And then I opened a business bank account for him. All right. After I did all that, I went ahead and I outsourced to get somebody to create a logo. And I also outsourced to help get somebody to create a website. And then I also got him some business cards. And the business cards are really cool. They have like a little QR code that you can just scan it and go right to our website. It has my man's name on it. And I also made some for myself because I am co-owner of the business that I gifted him. So yeah. So all of that is super important. Then after all that filing and all that good stuff, I came up with the idea probably on January 3rd. And then on January 4th is when I decided to file in Sunbiz. And I was talking to my dad about it. And I was like, Dad, his birthday's on the 30th. By January 20th, I'm going to have a contract to place the vending machine, or I'm going to have vending machines in a location. And my dad was like, all right, make sure you're not in over your head. That seems like a really short amount of time. You're really only giving yourself, 16 days realistically? And I was like, trust me, I got it. So also, manifestation, speaking things into existence. I spoke it into existence, and I'm so thankful that I got it, because by January 12th, my man was the owner of 3 vending machines, and he didn't even know it yet. So how I went about obtaining those vending machines? Well, I went online and I was looking, do I lease a machine? Do I buy a machine outright? What's the best way to do this? Where can I get them? I'm located in Florida, and they actually have a couple vending machine warehouses around where you can go buy stuff. I wasn't really trying to come out of pocket more than I really needed to, so I went on Craigslist. Here's the thing about Craigslist. It can be kind of fishy sometimes. Make sure that you're really looking through and making sure you're not getting anybody spam. Like if you can't email somebody back or they don't have contact information, like I'm kind of wary about those kind of profiles. But I saw this one guy who had multiple ads. He had multiple vending machines, and I went ahead and emailed him, and he emailed me back, and he said you can come look at him whenever you're ready. So I asked my guy cousin, because I didn't want my man to know about it yet because it was supposed to be a surprise. I said, hey, will you go check out these vending machines with me? And he said, sure. We ended up going to the warehouse. It ended up being at this guy's house, but he had a huge warehouse outside of vending machines. And he'd explained to us that he'd been in the vending machine business for over 15 years. But, him and his wife, they're starting to slow down. They have other businesses, and, they just needed to take a little bit of weight off their back. So I said, okay, cool. I have so many vending machines to choose from. And he was really nice. He's like, if you take these two, I'll take $200 off your purchase, or whatever the case may be. So I was like, awesome, because you look online, vending machines are not going less than $1,000 to $1,500 even, and those are for refurbished machines. Brand new machines, you're starting at $1,800, right? So after looking around his warehouse, finding a machine that I really liked, I was like, wow, I really like this one. It's a combo machine. It's a snack and a beverage machine. It's a 2-for-1. I could put it in a location. But wait, there's more. I overheard a conversation that he was having with my cousin while I was kind of checking out the vending machines, and he said, yeah, I'm going to be selling some of my vending routes. And I was like, what do you mean you're selling some of your vending routes? He was like, I'm going to be selling my routes because, we've got vending machines in places, and we don't need them anymore because we're trying to retire. And I was like, are you how much are you selling those for? He was like, honestly, my wife does all the financials. She does the books. So I'm going to have to talk to her, and she'll have to curate a list. So they got back to me the next day with the list, and the list was in descending order, and it had the most expensive and the least expensive locations. And the way they did it was, and they were all local because they literally own stuff all across the state of Florida. But the way they did it was based off the profit that they were able, and the amount of business. The busier the location was, the more expensive it was. I did not take their most expensive location. I did not do that. What I took was, they had a nursing home location that had a beverage machine and a snack machine separately in the facility. I took that location, and I took another location. I took a warehouse location, a flooring location, where they had a combination machine, which is a snack and a beverage machine, right? So total, that cost me about $3,000. In the grand scheme of things, I'm very happy that I actually purchased it from him, because I was also looking at his prices. You guys have to know, especially if you're taking over something, you're going to want to make some kind of changes. So when his wife was actually the one that took me to the locations, I took a look at him and everything before we finalized the sale, and I was looking at some of their prices, guys, and I was seeing stuff in there for 75 cents, 85 cents, and I was like, yeah, no. Because vending machines are convenient, if nothing else. And to be honest, people don't mind paying a little bit more for convenience. So I was like, okay, well, first of all, everything in here needs to be at least $1. And that's because all of the vending machines that we did get, they don't have a credit card reader on there. So I knew that that was going to be something that I was going to want to change too. I was going to want to put credit card readers on the machines. So after, finalizing the sale and everything, that was really great. By the 12th, I was the owner of 3 machines that already were stocked, that were already in locations. So I was feeling really good about myself. And I opted not to buy any more machines because I didn't want to be in over my head. It's still a new business, and I still was working my full-time job. I'm a full-time grad student, guys. I got my own website. I got a lot going on, so I just needed to take it easy a little bit. All right, so every week I was going to the vending machines until I ended up giving the present to my man and making sure they were stocked, making sure they were good. And she walked me through the whole process of what the difference was between beverage machines and combo machines versus just snack machines. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, as far as maintenance goes, just snack machines are going to be less expensive because they don't have a cooling sector. Unless you have ice cream or something in your vending machine, it's not gonna have a cooling sector, which means it's gonna need a compressor or all this different stuff. So if you want something that will have probably lower repair costs, I would recommend you guys just going with a snack machine, not a beverage machine at first, or a combo machine. But we do have all of the above. One great tool that I will say that I'm very happy that I did was walking around to a lot of different businesses. I did go around to a lot of different businesses before I even met the guy that I bought the vending machines for, just to get a feel. I was going into talking to people, giving them business cards saying, hey, you know, we provide vending machines at no cost to you. Depending if it was like a really nice location, I might tell them, like, you know, we do offer commission too. Like, you know, you guys will get a percentage of whatever our sales were. We do not offer that to all our locations. It all depends on business. You know what I mean? And the percentage varies. The least amount of commission we do is 15%, and the highest we do is 20%. All right? So, you know, I had to learn a lot about a lot of the stuff before I just decided to jump right in. Like, first things first, guys, I was thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get my vending machine in schools. I want it in here and here, and not that that's not doable, because best believe it's coming. I'm speaking it into existence right now, actually. But, you know, for things like any government buildings, schools like that, you have to bid on those. Companies, businesses bid on those because they know they're going to get a lot of revenue from it. And so that's how those people get their money back. Like, oh, this contract's $50,000 if you want to put your vending machine in a school. I was not trying to spend that money up front. So that's how that went. So after I went ahead, fast forward a couple weeks, I gave my man his business. I was able to present his business card to him. I went and got shirts made with his logo on it. He was able to see his website. He was so taken aback because he wasn't expecting it. And guys, when we give presents, we don't half step, okay? And that is why I set him up for greatness. He already had his business bank account with his name on it, everything. And guys, you will need their personal information for this. But, you know, if they're comfortable with you, or if you even have that, you know, that's why I was able to do all of that. Not with ease, it took a little bit, but I was just very happy to be able to present to him a business that was already going. And when I took him to all the machines, he was really overjoyed. So I'm really happy that I got to do all of that. One thing I will say, guys, is patience. So about a week after I gifted my man his vending machines, he was like all amped up. He was like, I got these vending machines. I'm so excited. We're making money. And I was like, I'm so excited. We're making money. And then he was like, we got to go out and find more locations. And I was like, yeah, we do. And he was like, so how do we do it? And I'm like, well, I don't want to buy any more locations. I actually want to find a vending machine to put in a location. So my man is not as outgoing as I am, so it was a little bit more feasible for me to go into businesses and be like, hey, you know, we offer vending machines. Guys, this is what we did. We literally went to the warehouse district, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, my man was getting a little discouraged because he was going into places saying, hey guys, like, here's my business card, like, blah blah blah, we do vending machines. And they're like, oh, okay, thanks. But not me. You gotta sell it. You gotta sell it, guys. If you're confident, they will be confident. We went to the warehouse district, and I saw all these big trucks, and I saw boats and stuff, and I was like, oh no, this is it. So I literally walked in there, and I was like, hi, how are you guys doing today? And I went up to this one warehouse, and I was like, hi, like, how are you? Do you guys need vending machines? I know you guys are hot out here all day. Like, we provide vending machines at no cost to you guys. It's really just an added benefit for your workers and your customers too while they're waiting. They can get a cold drink or snack or anything. He was like, honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I can't do that right now. We don't have enough space. We don't have any of that, so I'm sorry. Like, if we had more space, like, I would give you a call, but until we do, there's nothing I can do to help you. And if I wanted to have been discouraged, I could have been, but my mama did not raise, you know, anybody that's gonna be discouraged. So I was like, okay, I took it on the chin. I left him my business card because you never want to put on a sad face in front of potential customers. And he was like, but to be honest with you, this guy next door to me, he's got a lot of business and he's got a lot of employees. You might want to go talk to him. As luck would have it, the owner was sitting outside on a car talking to another owner. And I was like, hi, like, he was like, hi, how are you? And I was like, my name's Bree, and I just want to let you know we provide vending machines at no cost to you. Like, you know, I see you guys got these big trucks and everything. This is cool. Like, I know y'all are hot out here because I'm hot just walking out here. And he was like, yeah, it is really hot out here today. And I was just like, yeah, we provide vending machines. He was like, actually, yeah, do you have a card on you? I was like, yeah, I do. He was like, we're actually in the process of building our state-of-the-art building where we'll be moving to in about a month. And, you know, we're actually going to need a couple of vending machines. And I was like, okay. And I was like, here's a card. I was like giving his friend a card. I'm like, here you go. Guys, you'll be surprised. Word of mouth, 9 times out of 10 is usually how businesses get their referrals. Yeah, we have Google reviews. We have all this stuff out here now, but you have to get active. You have to work for it. And patience, patience. There was a hotel that was newly built around our house. And I said, babe, let's just pop in here really quick. And he was like, babe, I'm done. Like, you gotta go in there. I don't want to do this today. And I was like, okay, whatever, no problem. I went in there and I was like, hi. I saw they had a drink machine, but they didn't have a snack machine. And I was like, hi, I see you guys have a beverage machine. We would be happy to provide a snack machine to you. Like, and I asked, is the manager here? He was like, oh, no, the manager's not here right now. But, you know, you can leave a card if you want. And I was like, yeah, no. Here's my card. Here's my contact information. If you guys ever decide you want a machine, let me know. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. All right, guys. My man was like, I don't even know why we went in there. Like, I don't know why we went to all these places. And like, it was a waste of time. It was hot out. We didn't really get any leads. I'm like, first of all, we got a lead from the auto body center. So like, that's super cool. And then guys, would you believe me if I told you 2 months later, the owner of the hotel that we went into called me and said, hey, I saw your business card that my front desk gave to me and we need a vending machine. And what you believe me if I tell you that like, that's our leading vending machine? That's the most lucrative vending machine that we have. So guys, don't be afraid. Consistency is everything, and have patience. Things take time, you know what I mean? To think that we just started in January and now we're in June, guys, and I have a vending machine in a hotel. Like, that's super exciting and I'm super happy about that. So there's that. Some of the things that I would also talk about are cash versus card readers. So the vending machines that we bought that were already in location, they are all cash. And I think that the owner just did that to kind of like, you know, he was able to self-report or whatever to the IRS and, you know, things like that. Me and my man, we do plan on expanding. We do plan on onboarding somebody that's going to be able to stock the machines for us, because we know we currently do it right now on whatever days we have off, but it's already getting too hectic. All the machines are already like, you know, they go out of stock at different times. It's a little bit hard. So we are actually in the process of putting card readers on all of our vending machines. Now, the card readers, I think we pay $7.99 a month, I believe, and we also pay like a fee per credit card transaction, and we also give commission. Usually if we put a card reader in there, it's probably a high volume location, and we also give commission. But guys, please believe me when I tell you, you get the money back. The amount of, guys, we just made it through a pandemic, okay? I have more contactless transactions than I do cash or credit card. Everybody's using Apple Pay. Everybody's using like the Android contactless. It's been amazing. The EMV, it's on there. And then you guys know I get a report every morning to my phone for every single vending machine that we have. And it tells me how much we made in that 24-hour span. It will tell me what row, what item. It'll tell me what's out of stock. It'll tell me what's low. And it'll tell me how many cash I've had, how many credit card I had, and how many contactless I had. Do you guys know how easy that makes my job? Because then I could just say, hey, babe, make sure you pop over to the hotel. Or, hey, babe, make sure you pop over to the warehouse and make sure you stock up on this, that, or that because they're low. Or, okay, we made this much. And you know what? That comes in handy because everybody that we give commission to, boom, we're able to say these were our sales for the month and here is your 15%. You know, we're able to have something tangible to show them. And that makes it super easy for keeping our books. It makes it super easy to do all of that. And guys, one thing that I will say, and this is for every business owner, especially if you're starting up or you're a small business, keep all of your receipts. And that was the number one thing I did. That's why I made a business bank account. That's why I did all of that, because I upload them. If you guys don't know what QuickBooks is really easy to use, especially if you're a small business. I put all of our receipts. You can literally take a picture of it. You can scan it in there. Or what I do is, like, for instance, when we go to buy vending machine stuff, we're able to we email the receipt and we email it right to the vending machine email. And also, it's better to conduct business that way. Anytime I walk into a business and inquire about vending machines, you know, I send a follow-up email within 24 hours. Just say, hey, just following up, you know, just in case, even if they said they wanted my services or not, I always follow up so that they can remember me. I'm fresh in their mind. So just to make sure you didn't forget about me. But I mean, who could forget this face? No, I'm kidding. But not really. So yeah. So guys, to lease or buy a vending machine, I would just say it depends. If we got a mall or we had a corporate building that has 60 different offices in it and we needed to buy like a super duper fancy machine, we might lease it. And that's assuming that, you know, well, it's different. A corporate office, especially a newly built office like our hotel, we knew we had to put a brand new nice machine in there, you know, and that machine was $2,800. but it's, so to speak, the Rolls Royce of all vending machines because it has sure vend, which means if a product gets stuck, it automatically vends another time to make sure it's dropped. So we never have a problem of something getting stuck in the vending machine, right? So that's super cool, but you want to make sure that whatever machine you have matches the business that you're putting it in. Like I was saying, making sure that the vending machine that you have aesthetically matches the business that you're placing it in. You know what I mean? You can't have this beautiful building and then you're putting like a rundown vending machine in there. No. You want to give them the best of the best, because guess what? Your products are a direct reflection of you and how you do business as well as your company, okay? So I'm happy to report we've had all positive reviews so far. I have a very close relationship with all of our businesses. Now, what I will say is buying a location, a vending route with a vending machine in place has proven to be very beneficial because, for instance, the nursing home where we have 2 vending machines, we have an overhead that we report to. So we don't pay commission to the nursing home. We pay commission on a monthly basis to a national vending overhead. Let me tell you why this is amazing, because we've literally gotten like 2 locations from this overhead already. They say, okay, great, we're so happy to be doing business with you because, I had to get introduced. I had to formally introduce myself, even though their corporate offices are in another state. I had to get formally introduced to them. But they were like, hey, what other areas do you guys service? They send you a sheet. They sent me a sheet. I had to fill out all of the zip codes that we service, and I was lining them up. I needed all those zip codes, and they're like, okay, great. So next time we have another business that wants a vending machine in that area, we'll make sure to send them to you so you guys can provide it since we're already in business with you. How amazing, right? Because that's like literally a direct plug right there. And we've literally gotten 2 more locations from them. Learning lessons, guys. This was a big learning lesson. My man, the fire's burning hot for this vending machine business. He really loves it. It's been our baby so far in this coming months. It's been really fun. We've been making some money. We're happy to see it. But, I think we might, well, not me. I don't want to put all the blame on him. But he came to me, he said, babe, there's this vending machine locating company, and we can pay them and they'll place locations for us. Like, they'll find locations and they'll help us place our machines so that it takes the easiness off for us. Like, it not takes the easiness. It basically takes the weight off our shoulders is what I'm trying to say. There we go. Take the weight off our shoulders. Sorry, y'all, I be talking fast. But yes, so they're like, yeah, it's going to take the weight off of your shoulders, to help find the vending machines because, we both work full time. He was like, it's hard. We work during business hours, so we can't go find places. And I was like, okay, babe, let's talk to him. Talk to the guy on the phone with my man. He was super convincing. They've been in business over 30 years. They made so much money. They had great reviews on Google, this, that, and the third. Y'all, that was $1,700. That's down the drain, okay? But actually, no, because I emailed him today and got a refund on our services. Because while that was very cool that they could place vending machines, what they really gave us, guys, was 300 cold calls, which I could have outsourced and found somebody to do that. And then they were supposed to place 2 vending machines, and they were supposed to do like unlimited relocations if the location wasn't a good fit. And it was $1,700, guys. And yes, we paid it because, we were like, we're gonna make the money back, because what they promote is you're not gonna make less than $800 to $1,000. Guys, sorry, my lens flew off. But sorry, technical difficulty. But what they basically say is you're not gonna make less than $800 to $1,000 with each location. Okay, cool. But in reality, we're doing that without them. Like, if we could have just skipped over that. But guys, that's why I say every mistake, if you look at it the right way, it's a learning lesson, because now I know better. Now I know better. What they did was they said, oh, we're going to set you up with a website. I said, we already have a website. He goes, he looks at our website. He's like, wow, you guys have a nice website and everything. Oh, we're going to give you guys a logo. I said, we already have a logo. He said, oh, yeah, I like you guys' logo. You can keep that logo. I said, cool, because we planned on it. But okay, cool. We're still rolling. We're rocking. We're rolling. 300 calls. They give us an update every week to find any new leads. We had all of like 1 lead, and the lead that we had, they had an appointment with them, a phone call appointment, and I followed up with them. I'm like, hey, how did the phone call, it actually happened to be for another auto body shop that they found, So I was like, hey, how did it go? And they're like, what do you mean? How did it go with you? And I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, oh, we set the appointment for you guys to call them or, have a meeting with their manager. And I'm like, when were you gonna specify that, you know, we were the ones that needed to talk to them? Like, that's the service that you guys are supposed to be rendering. And he was like, and I was like, beyond that, like, my whole thing was like, how could you have possibly set an appointment when you guys have not given us anything to fill out that will let you know what our availability is during business hours? Because, again, both my man and I work full-time jobs, and we work during normal business hours, you know what I mean? So it was like, you set something that was like in the middle of the day or whatever the case may be, and, you know, I let him know. I was like, to be honest, like, you know, your team really slipped on that, because, you know, we were under the assumption that you guys would be talking, because you guys walk us through the contracts, you walk us through all of that. And he was like, oh, okay, well, we'll follow back up. And keep in mind, this was weeks after when they finally followed up. And the guy was like, you guys took weeks to tell me that you weren't going to be able to make the meeting. Like, why would I? You know what I mean? So that was a bust. And after I continued to reach out to them, or whatever the case may be, it was just like, we got their services in January, and we just terminated them in June, because I still don't, and they say within 8 weeks they'll have placed 2 locations. We still have not had any locations in that time. My man and I have placed a few locations by ourselves, by word of mouth. Guys, promote yourself in every opportunity you can, okay? Because if you're not going to promote yourself, who's going to do it? You have to have confidence in your brand. So by word of mouth, literally just being like, hey, or talking to my friends like, hey girl, what's your break room missing? Or like, you know what I mean? And you'll be surprised how many times they're like, we don't have a vending machine. And the thing is, a lot of businesses, they don't always want to spend, but some of them, there are a lot of really good companies that are like, oh yeah, we can do that as an added benefit to, you know, customers and our staff. But with that being said, yeah, that was just not a good thing. But promote yourself, guys. Promote yourself, promote yourself. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about myself in general, feel free to drop them in the comments below too. Go ahead and subscribe, like, comment to the Not So Housewife. Bye, guys.